The majority of human history is widely unknown and filled with a strange variety of mysterious and unexplainable occurrences that baffle many academics in these fields, even in the modern age. As each day passes, stranger and stranger discoveries are made, and artifacts are recovered that could very well mean that the experts have been wrong all along about the ancient technologies and advancements made by our ancestors. So, today, we have gathered 6 out-of-place artifacts that experts and scientific researchers can't explain, and what they could possibly mean for the history of humanity. Lake Winnipesaukee Mystery Stone. Obscure and unknown by many is the Lake Winnipesaukee Mystery Stone, a relic that has often been referred to as the Thunderstone. Thunderstones have often been referenced by many different cultures from around the world, originally seen as large stone eggs that fall from the skies as a gift from a thunder god associated with the culture. Interestingly enough, this Thunderstone was discovered back in 1872 and was believed to have been found in Meredith, New Hampshire, as workers were preparing the land for construction. The stone was regarded as being 4 inches long, 2.5 inches thick, and was described as being a dark, egg-shaped stone with a variety of carved symbols and 2 large holes burrowed deep into the stone. Many ancient astronaut experts describe the stone as being similar to that of a head of an astronaut, as one side of the egg-shaped stone shows a man's face inside the egg, as if he were wearing a large helmet. The stone appears to have also been made with such incredible precision that the authenticity of the find was put into question. Back in 1994, researchers performed a borescope analysis of the stone's holes and found that the appearance of the holes indicated having been constructed with power tools. The holes were described as being extremely regular throughout, with no unevenness or variation. This could not be the case, however, as the stone was discovered back in 1872, more than a decade before the invention of the electric drill. This could very well be irrefutable evidence of advanced technologies discovered on an artifact hundreds of years old, and yet, despite this evidence, the object itself is widely regarded by academics as nothing more than a hoax, and further research into the stone has been completely non-existent. Helicopter hieroglyphics. Definitely seen out of something of a science fiction novel, there appears to be a strange Egyptian hieroglyphic that depicts a modern-day helicopter with unbelievable accuracy. The hieroglyphic is found located at the Seti I temple at Abydos. Abydos was believed to be an important cult site at which pharaohs treated it as a royal necropolis in which the early rulers were entombed, and is seen as one of the oldest cities of ancient Egypt. Despite being such an ancient relic, the carvings in the Seti I temple depict modern-day and futuristic vehicles, such as the helicopter hieroglyphic, as well as 2 other images that look like a modern-day yacht, and one directly below that appears to be similar in design to a flying saucer. Many ancient archaeologists and renowned Egyptologists have translated the inscription in the region to read as, quote, "He who protects Egypt and overthrows the foreign countries," end quote. Could this be proof that not only was advanced technology used by the ancient Egyptians, but perhaps this advanced technology was piloted by extraterrestrial beings of whom helped to protect Egypt in its time of need from other foreign invaders? Many members of the paleocontact hypothesis community believe this to be a smoking gun piece of evidence, and has even been used in renowned works such as the Encyclopedia of Science, written by David Darling back in 2013, to support the paleocontact theory. Given the detail of these vehicles on such an old and proven to be legitimate piece of ancient Egyptian work, there could be many more secrets to be uncovered at the ancient city of Abydos. However, due to construction efforts, many artifacts have been lost and a massive percentage of the city is underground and never to be recovered due to new construction over the region. The flying Saqqara bird of ancient Egypt. It was very common in the old days of Egypt for children to possess intricately carved wooden toys not much different to toys found today. Interestingly enough, the discovery of the Saqqara artifact puts many ideas into question on whether or not the object was a toy or evidence of ancient aircraft during 200 BCE. In an 1898 excavation at the Pa-di Ayman tomb, located in the town of Saqqara, Egypt, was discovered strange bird-shaped artifacts made out of sycamore wood and incredibly preserved. These artifacts depict a bird first at the front, however the rest of the body seems similar in design to a modern-day charter plane rather than a bird. Located atop the bird appears to be one single large wing, commonly seen in modern tail-dragged planes, whereas the back of the back shows what appears to be a similar design to a rudder that flattens out at the back in a vertical position. Further evidence of the ancient Egyptian gods wielding advanced technologies is the fact that the bird face used for the Saqqara bird is that of a falcon, an image commonly used to depict many of the Egyptian gods and their power. Further evidence was established when aerodynamics expert Simon Sanderson tested an exact replica model of the carved bird in a modern wind tunnel. Even without a tailplane, rudder or flaps, the model generated 4 times the glider's own weight in lift, proving indefinitely that even without the use of modern-day equipment scaled up, the carved image could glide on its own. When Simon Sanderson added a stabilizing tailplane to the carved wooden figure and tested it in a flight simulator, it was able to fly quite well and control with ease that rivals in comparison to many aircraft built today. In his paper, Simon wrote that, quote, "Modern technology has proved beyond all doubt that it could have flown." End quote. Despite this substantial evidence and research, many experts claim Simon Sanderson as forging the results, or even go as far as claiming that perhaps the wooden bird is nothing more than an elaborate hoax placed there during its discovery. The Dogu figurines of Japan. Made during the ancient prehistoric period of Japan that goes as far back as 16,000 years ago, the Dogu figurines have fascinated conspiracy theorists and the ancient astronaut community as hard evidence of the existence of extraterrestrials during the times of our ancestors. The Dogu figurines depict small humanoid creatures that appear to be visually similar to that of the small grey alien sightings of the modern era that appear to be wearing what can only be described as atmospheric diving suits that encase their small bodies. The purpose of the Dogu are widely unknown, but they have been found all around the Japanese island and have consistently dated to be somewhere around 14,000 to 16,000 years old, which is 4,000 to 6,000 years before the first human civilizations began to arise. Many members of the UFO community believe that these small figures could be evidence of extraterrestrials influencing the ancient past, given their remarkable similarities between modern-day sightings. The strange body designs can also be clues as to possible older versions of spacesuits worn by these extraterrestrial beings that could have influenced traditional Japanese designs in clothes and style. Further information and research into the figurines is still being conducted today, and more of these clay figurines are recovered all across Japan every single year. Ancient Egyptian Dendera light bulb. Another piece of evidence of ancient advanced technologies used by the Egyptian is that of the symbolic carved hieroglyphic images located in the mysterious Hathor temple at Dendera in Egypt. The strange images and symbols depict what appears to be an in-depth blueprint for modern-day electric lighting devices. The image included a glass tube with filament inside that appears to connect to a series of connectors commonly seen in modern-day bulbs, an invention supposedly not discovered until 1879. Interestingly enough, the symbolic image also depicts a long wire running from the back end of the Dendera bulb while humans raise their hand in worship to giants surrounding them. Given the vast and extensive amount of evidence we have gathered in the past of a possible race of giants of whom were capable of using advanced technologies to have assisted with the creation of the pyramids at Giza and have been depicted in many other ancient Egyptian carvings, this could also be overwhelming evidence of the gifts of technologies and advancements provided. Interestingly enough, the temple depicting these devices also seems to have no conventional means of lighting. The hallways are so long and narrow that using mirrors to shed any light into the rooms is not possible, and the use of torches were not existent due to the fact that no residue of ash has been found on the ceilings of the old temple, which is a common way to discern lighting practices in every other building in the area. This could be proof that not only were traditional methods of lighting not used, but that perhaps an alternative source of lighting was provided in the region. Many Egyptologists argue that the depiction is nothing more than a collection of symbols drawn in a way to appear nearly identical to modern-day light bulbs. However, given the fact that these symbols have never been seen outside of this one depiction, this theory appears to be quite a stretch for the overwhelming evidence provided in the ancient alien community. But what do you all think of these top 6 out-of-place artifacts that can't be explained? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.